Hello guys, this is probably going to be a fairly short video. What I'm planning to do is work out what sort of signals are used by Siku from this little audio jack here. I think it's a 2.5mm audio jack that is connected to the trailers, and I'm going to try and figure out what those signals are. But before I can do that, I need to see what's inside this battery to see if there's anything special in here, or if the pins that are on here are just connected directly to the audio jack here. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to take apart this battery and figure out what the pins are. So you've seen in the video about controlling the Siku servos that you don't actually need this entire battery to power these models. You just need two wires from any LiPo battery hooked up to the control board, and it works fine. So what I'm hoping is that inside this plastic case there'll be nothing but connections directly through to this jack, and if that's the case, I can get the control board that I took out of the John Deere and just solder is it 6-pin header? Yeah, solder a 6-pin header onto that, and then I can use that to figure out the signals that I need to control a trailer. There is obviously a slight downside. I won't actually be able to fully test this because I don't have any Siku trailers, but hopefully some of you guys will be able to test it out, see if it actually works. There's not much to this battery. It's pretty small, 220 milliamp hours, 3.7 volt LiPo battery. So we should be able to open it up. I'd say the battery is probably just there, and I doubt there's much room for anything else except the battery. So we just have the battery, the switch, the little audio jack, and then the board that just connects to the main controller. So absolutely nothing special in here whatsoever. So that means I can just wire directly to the control board of that John Deere 6920S. If you want to put a bigger battery in your Control 32 model, all you need to do is take this apart and wire in a bigger battery. So one last thing to check is if the battery contacts are connected to the audio jack. We have no connection through to the other side. So for some reason they've chose to supply power via the board, so it's not just going straight where you want it. So we'll have to take a look at the control board and see if there's a reason for that, or if there's an obvious reason. I might not be able to see what the purpose of it is, but we'll take a look. Well, I've fallen into a trap for young players, which can happen from time to time. I made the silly mistake of assuming that black was ground and red was positive, but of course electrons don't care what colour the wires are, and there's no reason why Siku needs to worry about what colours the wires are. So they have used a yellow wire here as ground. Nope. No. Oh yeah, sorry. They've used the yellow wire as ground, but it's not connected through the battery here. So there's no connection there. The red wire and the brown wire are positive. No connection there. And the black and the red are the signal wires. So if we look at the main control board, we have the black wire and the yellow wire here. So that's the first pin and the third pin. And we have, well, next to no ohms. See, that's a short circuit basically. Then the next one, we have the positive of the battery is a red wire here, and this brown wire on the audio jack is going to be the positive on the other side. So it's 1 ohm, 1.8 ohms. There's a little bit of resistance on that line for some reason. So as far as I can see, those pins are just connected, so I don't know why they bothered with a 6-pin connector there. Maybe there is something else in here that I'm missing, a diode or something probably. Okay, well I got rid of the little spring pin header thing that was there, and I just soldered in a normal header so that I could connect up just into a breadboard, just plug it into a breadboard, make things a lot easier for myself. And I'm hooked up to a battery here, and you can see that works fine. So all I wanted to do was to check what the voltages were like. So that's set to volts now. So if I take a look at, that's the battery voltage there going in is 3.86, and what the control board is sending back out is 3.86. So as far as I can see, that is a direct connection. I can't see a diode there. I can't see anything really that's in the way. It just, the control board just seems to connect directly from the battery in to that communication out. So I think that's all that can be learned from this little battery pack. Now that I have this all set up, I can go and figure out what the communication method is to the trailer. So the next video to do with working on a Control 32 tractor is going to be figuring out what these signal wires are, so that'll probably take me a little bit of time. But we're off to a good start here. We have all the pins kind of figured out, and we know where the power is. We know that there's nothing special about the power, so now it's just a matter of figuring out what the data method is and what data is being sent. And you can see there's nothing special in this. Battery pack. You could even, if you could get a jack for this, you could probably just connect an extra battery in here and power your model from an extra battery there if your battery had worn out. But if your battery had worn out, you could always just take this apart, I guess, and replace it with a new battery. Or if you wanted to have a big battery in a trailer, you could surely be able to just plug it straight into this headphone jack thing here. But then again, you'd need the jack, which is probably pretty expensive. Well, I suppose probably not that bad. I'll probably end up modifying this battery pack myself. I'll probably get rid of this audio jack thing and replace it with a DuPont connector, and I'll glue the DuPont connector in the top here. The reason being, I have loads of DuPont connectors. That way I'll be able to screw this permanently into the tractor. I'll get rid of, I'll connect the DuPont connector directly to the battery terminals here, so I can just plug the charger in the top, charge the battery, same as I do with all my other models. My plan is really to make this Siku Control 32 model as usable as my other models, so that I don't need to be doing anything special for the Control 32 model. The Siku charger seems pretty good, so I'm going to modify that to be able to charge my other batteries as well. So I'm making good use of that too, because I'm pretty sure that's a fairly high power battery charger. But as well as that, all my trailers are set up for, they all have DuPont connectors, male DuPont connectors. So if I put the female DuPont connection here, I can just plug straight in, and I don't have to do any modifying to get extra battery power. Like, I think I'm pretty sure the battery in the Kane low loader is 10 times the size of this battery. So that'd make a big difference to the tractor. Not to the power, but to the length of time that you're able to use the tractor for. I know this was a very short video, but I just wanted to figure out what kind of wiring was inside this this battery pack here, so that I didn't make any mistakes. There could have been a microchip in here doing something, and if I hadn't opened it up, I wouldn't be 100% sure. So it's good to know that that's definitely not the case. I'm pretty confident this time that it's going to be an I2C. I know I said that about the servo, but there's too much data going to the trailer for it to be just something as simple as the way the servo was working. This is going to have to be a proper data protocol of some description, and I have a Arduino based logic analyzer type thing that I've made up, so we should be able to get some data out of it. It just depends on how much work it's going to take for me to do this, so it could be a while before I get that figured out, but I'll do my best. So if you liked that video, make sure and hit the like button, share the video, all that stuff, and if you have any comments or suggestions, put them below the video. But this is all I have for today, so that's it. Thanks very much for watching.